Hello everybody, my name is Emma. Today we'll be doing a Hatha Yoga sequence together. We'll be breathing, stretching, doing kind of a gentle flow. No props needed, although you might want to have a block around. And I'll meet you on your mat in a comfortable seat. So we'll start practice in a seated position. You might have your hips propped up on a block or blanket. You might just be rooted into your mat. And when you arrive here, shift your weight side to side, feel really rooted through your hip sits bones, and sit up tall, lifting through the crown of your head. Let your eyes close or send your gaze down to the ground as you start to take some big conscious breaths. Tuning into the steadiness of your breath. And beginning to consider how you can expand that steadiness into your practice as a whole today. As always, this time is your time and this practice is yours. So making any adjustments or edits to the sequence to best suit your needs today. Starting with just a little bit of breath work or pranayama to settle into our practice. As you deepen your inhales and exhales, option to keep that natural flow of breath, or you can find some constriction in the back of your throat, kind of that same sensation you get when you fog up a window. Then keeping that constriction with your inhales and exhales, close your lips. You might notice a deep kind of ocean wave sound. This is sometimes called ocean breath or ujjayi breath. Option to stay with this breath for a few moments now or throughout the entire practice. We'll take 2 or 3 more big breaths here. Settling into this space and this time together. Take 1 more big breath in, filling yourself up with air. Release a long sigh out your mouth. Option to tune back into your ujjayi breath as you take some big shoulder rolls. Inhaling your shoulders up and exhaling to send them back and down. Option to keep your eyes closed as you do this, or maybe refocus your gaze or open your eyes. Maybe an ear comes to a shoulder. You can explore stillness or maybe movement, letting your chin come to your chest. Other ear to the other shoulder. Taking just 2 or 3 more breaths, so kind of free movement. Meeting back in center. Inhale your fingertips up to the sky and exhale to fold forward. You can walk your fingertips out in front of you, maybe tenting your fingers, maybe not. Breathing into the outsides of your hips or anywhere else you're in. Inhale to rise up, sweep your arms up. And exhale to plant your hands behind you, rocking back just enough to switch the cross of your legs. Inhale, sweeps your fingertips out and up. Exhale to fold forward. Maybe palms press against the earth, or maybe you come up to the pads of your fingers. With your next inhale, rise up, sweep your fingertips out and up. Exhale to roll over your shins and make your way to a tabletop pose. So in table, we have our wrists under our shoulders, our knees under hips, core is engaged along the spine. Take a few cat-cows here. Inhaling, send your belly to the ground, gaze to the sky, shoulder blades together. And exhale, tuck your tail, chin to chest, find some space between your shoulder blades. Move between your cat and cow at your pace, adding in any additional movements that feel good. And then whenever you're ready, begin to make your way to your down dog. You can step your palms about a handprint in front of where they are, tuck your toes, send your hips up to the sky. As you settle into your down dog, you might find some movement, maybe pedaling through your heels, maybe sending one hip to the sky and then the other. Maybe just gentle yes and no with your head. Begin to even out sides if you're moving and settle back into your down dog. Finding a sense of steadiness and strength here. And then inhale to sweep your gaze forward. Exhale, deep bend in the knees and step up to the top of your mat, coming to a forward fold. Inhale to rise up halfway, finding length in your spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to bend your knees, rise to stand, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to reach your fingertips out and up. And exhale to fold forward. Lead with your heart, knees can be bent any amount. Inhale, half lift, press your thighs back in space. Exhale to fold forward. Bend your knees, inhale to rise to stand, arms sweeping wide. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to reach out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Pause here. Take a deep bend in your right knee and plant your hand either on the floor or on a block as you twist to the left, opening your left arm up to the sky. Release your shoulders away from your ears. Twisting from your rib cage. One more big breath in. And exhale to release. Take that same bend in your left knee, planting your left palm on the floor or a block as you open up to the right. Right fingertips to the sky. One more big breath in. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back. Right knee comes down to the mat. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Inhale, fingertips forward and up. And pause here. Checking in with your breath, maybe that Ujjayi breath, maybe not. Gentle tuck of your left hip back in space. Beautiful. With an exhale, shift your hips back so they're stacked directly over your right knee. Extend through your left leg and flex through your toes, coming to your half splits. So we'll keep length in our spine as we lower our hands either down to blocks or to the mat, thinking about keeping a lift in our heart and length in our spine, especially towards our low back. Flex your toes in towards your nose. Maybe finding a little extra flex through the pinky side edge of your left foot. Big hamstring stretch here. Sending your breath into the spots where you're really feeling this shape. With your next exhale, bend bend back into your left knee as you shift forward into a slightly deeper version of your low lunge. Option to inhale, fingertips up to the sky, or hands can come to heart center, to your hips. Maybe the cactus out to the side if you'd like to invite a little chest opener here. Wherever you are, with your next inhale, send your fingertips up to the sky, and then exhale to a twist. Right hand plants, left fingertips reach up. Letting that same rotation in your rib cage, same softness in the tops of your shoulders. One more big breath in. Exhale to release. Frame your left foot with your hands and step back to plank pose. Option for high plank or low plank, taking this on your knees. Both are great options. Wherever you are, inhale to shift forward and exhale to lower all the way down to the mat. Step your fingertips wide out to the side and point your elbows up to the sky. Inhale to peel up. Exhale to curl down. Beautiful. Inhale to lift up again. Exhale, option to twist this time, releasing right shoulder down to the mat, gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale to press up. Exhale, twist to the right, left shoulder releases, gaze to the right. We'll take a few more breaths here. Option to continue with the twist, or maybe just find that lift and lower. With your next inhale, find a little back bend, and exhale to release. Hands plant alongside your low ribs. Tuck your toes and make your way to down dog. You can come through reverse push-up or reverse tabletop. Settling back to your down dog shape. Knees can be bent. Inhale your gaze forward. Exhale, bend your knees, step, walk, or hop. Top of the mat. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise to stand, arms sweep wide. Exhale, we'll fold directly back down. Inhale for half lift. Release, step your left foot back, low lunge. Release your left knee to the mat, sweep your fingertips forward and up. Take 3 or 4 breaths in stillness here. Softening through your jaw, through your forehead. Drawing your right hip back slightly, engaging through your core. Finding focus. Letting your breath be the anchor to the sense of steadiness and focus. And with your next exhale, shift your hips back, stacking them over your left knee. Flex through your right toes as you release your fingertips down to the mat or blocks. Keep lift in your heart and send your breath to your right hamstring. With your next exhale, bend back into your right knee. Deeper version of Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Inhale here. Exhale to a twist. Left hand plants. To open up to the right. With your next exhale, frame your right foot with your hand. Tuck your toes and step back to your plank pose, high or low. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale to lower all the way down to your mat. Inhale for baby cobra pose. And exhale your way to down dog. Take a big breath in through your nose when you arrive. Big sigh out your mouth. Big breath in through your nose. Big sigh. One more breath just like that. Big breath in. Big sigh out your mouth. As you release your breath, release your knees as well. Coming to child's pose. So big toes come together as you sink your hips back towards your heels. 3 deep breaths right here. Tuning back into your breath. And as you're ready, begin to shift yourself forward, returning to down dog. Maybe you catch a couple of cat-cows on your way there. Maybe you go directly to down dog. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Exhale, bend in your knees. Step, walk, or hop. Forward fold. Take a bend in your right knee. Plant your right hand on a block or the ground as you twist open to the left. Beautiful. Shift your weight into your left foot, coming to the ball of your right foot. Step back. Coming to a twisted lunge. You might need to adjust your hand or your legs. Option to keep your right knee lifted, or you can lower it down to the mat, returning to the shape that we practiced a few moments ago. We'll be here about 2 more breaths. With your next inhale, sweep both of your fingers up to the sky, coming to a high lunge. Gentle tuck of your left hip, back in space, of your tailbone down to the ground. Beautiful. One big breath here. Exhale to warrior 2, grounding through your right foot. Open up. Imagine squeezing your mat together between your feet. Keep your breath smooth and steady. Option to add a little bit of movement. Inhaling to reverse your warrior, left fingertips to the sky, right fingertips down your leg or behind your back. Exhale back to warrior 2. Inhale to reverse. Exhale to warrior 2. One more time. Inhaling to reverse your warrior. Exhale. Warrior 2. Big breath in. Exhale. Cartwheel both hands to the inside of your left foot as you come to the ball of your right foot. Walk your left foot out and up, coming to a brief lizard pose. You can keep your right knee lifted or lower it down to the mat. We'll be here 2 more breaths. Inviting opening in the hip, but never forcing it, moving away from discomfort and pain. With your next inhale, walk your left foot in between your hands, and then press off your right toes to come to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to release. Take a deep bend in your left knee, planting your left hand on a block or the floor as you inhale to a twist. Shift your weight into your right foot, coming to the toes of your left as you step back. Coming to your twisted lunge. Make any adjustments to your hand or feet placement so you feel stable. Strong foundation. Two more breaths here. And with your next inhale, sweep both fingertips forward and up, arriving in your high lunge. Send your right hip back, release your shoulders. Find your strength here. Focus your gaze. Let your mind quiet. With your next inhale, open up to warrior two. Ground through your left heel. Spreading your fingertips wide. Engaging your inner leg line by drawing your feet together. Option to add in movement. Inhaling to reverse your warrior. Right fingertips up and back. And exhale, warrior two. Take that 2 more times, moving with your breath. Nice job. We'll meet in our warrior two. Pause for an inhale and an exhale. With your next breath, cartwheel your hands inside of your right foot, coming to the toes of your left foot as you walk your right foot to the upper right-hand corner of your mat. Lizard pose, 2 more breaths. Option to lower your left knee to the mat. And with your next inhale, begin to walk your right foot in between your hands. Press off the toes of your left foot, coming to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Pause here. You might take hold of opposite elbow with opposite hand. You might walk your palms underneath your feet so your toes come right up to your wrists. Wherever you are, knees can be bent. You might sway side to side or stay in stillness. Totally up to you. One more big breath in and out. Release your fingertips from your toes or from your elbows. And inhale to come up to a flat back. Exhale, release. Plant your palms, step back directly to down dog. Inhale your right leg up into the air. Exhale, make your way to pigeon pose. Right knee towards right wrist, right ankle towards left wrist. Sliding your left leg back. Keeping your toes in line with your heel. If you notice there's a lot of space between your right hip and the floor, you can add a blanket, pillow, or a block there. And we'll inhale to invite length into our spine. Exhale to release forward. You might stay up on your hands. Perhaps you lower down to your forearms. Maybe you come all the way down, resting your forehead on a block, or your stacked fists, or your stacked palms. Taking 5 or 6 breaths here, inviting softness with each exhale. With your next inhale, slowly begin to press your way up. Release from your pigeon pose in a way that feels good to you. Options include coming to tabletop and taking some big circles with your knee. You might come to down dog and stack your right hip on top of your left. Maybe even let your right toes touch down on the left side of your mat, finding a wild thing. 1 or 2 more breaths to release from pigeon And make your way back to down dog. Meeting in down dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee to left wrist, left ankle towards right wrist. Sliding your right leg back behind you. Find your pigeon pose. Adding any props that feel good. Inhale to sit up tall. And exhale to fold forward any amount. 5 or 6 big, smooth breaths. With your next in-breath, begin to press your way back up. Again, releasing from this pose in whatever way feels best to you. It might be similar to what you did on side one. It might be totally different. Next couple breaths are yours. Make your way back to down dog. When you arrive here, big breath in. Exhale, knees come to the mat. Sink your hips back. Bring your legs out in front of you. Open them up about max width distance. Bringing hands behind. Let your knees windshield wiper to the right and to the left. Our final twist of the day. You might bring it all the way up your spine by sending your gaze in the opposite direction of your knees. Getting a nice twist and glute massage. Winding down practice. The next time your knees are over to the left, pause here. Taking 2 or 3 breaths in stillness. And inhale them back to center. And exhale over to the right. Pausing. Inhale back to center and make your way to a comfortable seat. Sitting tall. Inhale your fingertips wide and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling to reach out and up. Exhaling, palms meet at heart center. Last time. Inhaling out and up. Exhale, palms seal together. Thumbs rest at your sternum. Eyes close or gaze releases to the ground. Send some gratitude to yourself for making space in your day to do something kind for your mind and body, to commit to your practice, to move and breathe, and to build that connection between your body and mind. Thank you so much for letting me share in your practice today. Namaste.